welcome in Harley Lippman, CEO and founder of Genesis 10, for a really timely conversation. Harley, thanks so much for being here. I mean, let's start with your real expectations for the overall labor force as we head into 2026.
Well, it's going to be a tough labor market, especially for entry-level jobs. Very few people are quitting their jobs these days. It's at a 5-year low. The percentage of people who are voluntarily leaving their employers. So it's going to be tight, but the job market will embrace people who embrace AI. They don't want employees who are uncomfortable or who are intimidated by AI. And remember, AI is not coming after your job. What they're doing is they're coming after the 30% of the work that you do that's repetitive. That's what they're coming after.
Harley, I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of the beverage curve, but for our viewers who maybe aren't, it's basically that if you chart job openings and you chart, where that intersects with unemployment, they kind of have an inverse relationship oftentimes. We've certainly seen job openings come down. Are we at a worrisome point where that's reflective of perhaps an increase in unemployment sooner rather than later in your mind?
Not really. I mean, slightly unemployment will increase, but that's normal. There's going to be no mass layoffs if things stay the same. It's simply that companies are adjusting to the AI revolution, and they would be wise to keep their entry-level employees and retrain them, reskill them. The companies that reskill their employees are going to be the winners. The companies that just go to slash and burn and lay off people, they will lose in the midterm and long term because they're going to lose institutional knowledge. And they're going to lose future leaders. That's why you need entry-level people. And the idea of AI is to boost productivity of your existing workers. So you don't want to replace them. You don't have the robots to do the work, at least not yet. So you need to reskill and retrain your people. So what they can do is take AI to the next level in terms of output and productivity.
So do you think that we could face a real shortage of talent when looking at, say, beyond the entry-level jobs? I mean, more of like the mid to senior level where you're lacking some of these necessary skills that, frankly, you learn as an entry-level employee with, of course, the introduction of AI, which is a wonderful tool, yes, but it does remove a bit of the foundations that are required to truly learn to do a job.
Well, companies have to reskill. And even people could help themselves by taking courses online. No one knows a lot about AI at this point. It's so new. So what gets in the way is people get intimidated. They go, oh my God, AI, what is it? And so they tend to be reluctant to learn it. But if you just get the basics, you'll be where you need to be. And again, if you're working for a bigger company, the smarter companies are going to do what we do. We have something called Dev 10 where we train people and reskill them. And we have found that makes the world of difference because clients do need to keep their employees. They just need them to focus on more human-oriented areas such as critical thinking, problem solving, innovation, collaboration, empathy. That AI cannot replace. So for those people who have good, EQ, as they call it, emotional intelligence, for people with good communication skills, can communicate well with customers, those positions are solid. And companies are going to need more people like that. So if you're a leader and you're an innovator or you're a problem solver, you're a critical thinker, AI is going to give you tools to do a better job. Your job will not be threatened. It'll be all about, like anything, the ROI, what you bring to the table. But AI tools will help you be more productive.
Harley, kind of final thought, and you sort of alluded to this in that final answer. It sounds like thinking skills, visionary, kind of seeing the chessboard more than being a piece on the board is the skill set that's going to be valued. Where does that burden fall in terms of getting those skills? Is that the individual going out of their way to find these resources, or do colleges and high schools need to retool their curriculum to meet the modern world?
Well, your last sentence says it all. I think high schools, colleges, employers, and above all, people chart your own destiny. Again, you could be a navigator, you could be a survivor, or you could be a victim. You want to be a navigator. And a navigator means get online, learn a little bit about AI, talk to your employer about them training you. They'll like that you want to embrace AI. Again, companies want people who are willing to embrace the future. And that's what AI represents. So I think you'll see more of AI next year, but you'll be less alarmed, as I think people are going to use it to be innovators and good problem solvers.
Yeah, and an adaptability element, I think, is just, hugely important probably in general, but it's never really been more central right now to the overall labor force. So really appreciate it, and great tie-in as we were discussing, I'm sure, the labor force at length here with the Fed coming up. Harley Lippman, CEO and founder of Genesis 10.